mornings. This morning I want to talk about I talked yesterday about the demonic abuse, but this morning I want to talk about the mental abuse, what I went through. And it started me not having access to his phone years away. I didn't have access to his phone. As I didn't have access to his card, finance, I didn't have access to his phone. So he will charge his phone at his company, Levi'S, Strauss, but he will never charge it at all. He always keep his phone on him, and if I ask him why I'm the only wife that know that I don't have access to your phone. So whenever I want to take his phone, he took the phone from me. One day, his phone was always on his pocket, he had it always on his body, he never lay there in charge. So he charged his phone as his company, Levi'S. So he come home with it and it's on his body, it was never put on a desk or nothing. So one time I grabbed his phone. Yes, I grabbed his phone. Because I wanted to know why can't I have access to his phone? Why can't I go on his phone as his wife? I'm supposed to have that access. And all many people that partners together, I asked him, do they all have access to their husband's phone? And they all told me, yes, they all have, but I was the only one that I know I didn't have access to his phone. The reason afterwards I found out why I didn't have access to his phone for a whole year was that he had a fear. That's why I didn't have access to his phone. And that day I grabbed his phone because I wanted to see what went on his phone. And that's the day he took my body. He had me preserved and my body is broken. He took my body and threw it all over the couch. All over the couch he threw my body for him to get his phone. Every time I do that, he did it. Every time when I try to grab his phone, I want to see, he was throw my body over the couches, over the bed till he get his phone. He didn't know. Even I break my body in the process, he didn't care that moment. He just wanted his phone. He did anything that moment. He get his phone. No matter if he broke my body further, he threw me around. Told me to get his phone. That's what he did to me. So whenever I reach for his phone, that's always what I have to go through. He will throw me around on the bed. Doesn't matter if I hurt me, he throw me till he get his phone. So that was always for me to get the phone, and that was a reaction always was if I grab his phone, because he had to feel that time. That's why I didn't have access to his phone. My abuse was so greatly because I didn't have we never wanted anything from me. We will protect. We will put the guide on. We will protect the wall. Especially with his phone concern. He will hurt me in the process for me having access to his phone. That's how evil Eugene protected that phone, because he had to see that time on his phone. The mental abuse started when Eugene knew about my disease and he knew what aggravated me. He learned about how where they can aggravate me and I lose control. And he studied my disease and he know if you aggravate me to a level, then I can't control to that level. So he started to aggravate me. That is mostly the times he aggravated me, taking the front from him. One day, that's the way he aggravated me and throwing my body around on the couches till he get his foot. He aggravated me. He will do things, negative things against me. Like, my principal, I wouldn't agree with something he's doing, then he will aggravate me and do that thing. I principal. I had my man's principal. But because he knew that, he went against the principal and he aggravated me. And because he took me to that level, which I couldn't control. He aggravated me also with my son Keenan. He was stand behind our gate, and he's like a psychopath. He will spy while Keenan standing with his things in the driveway. He was watching to see whatever he's doing wrong. He can come back to me to tell me the bad things Keenan is doing. So these things, that's a psychopath. I'm using to watch Keenan. Even one time he aggravated me. He was speaking like a gangster to Keenan and asking him, my son is not a gangster, why are you talking with him like a gangster? He said, no, he is a gangster, which I know he's not a gangster, because he convinced everybody that my son is a gangster. He made with his mouth, his talk back about the person, about the one time, as he wanted to throw me around, Keenan was there to protect me, and he wanted to go against him, not against him. He wanted to protect me and stand up for me, and he told Keenan, he talked like a gangster to Keenan, and Keenan told him, speak the back gangster, because he spoke with Keenan just like a gangster. That's the time I found the police. And he told the police, that police came because he abused me. And I told the police what's happening. He's throwing my body around because of the phone. And I wanted to make a case against him about the abuse. And he blamed Keenan also. You know what he did? He told the police that time, Keenan was a yucky, my son is a yucky. And you know what? They even took his pants from me in front of me. Took his pants off to see if he's a gangster, to see if he got a chop on his body. That's the kind of thing that you see cause trouble in my marriage. Where Keenan concerned, he always aggravated me where Keenan concerned. Because he didn't hate Keenan. He hated Keenan because Keenan, from 3 years old, I got married. Because Keenan's a devil called me. And because he was a devil called me, he hated the devil called me. And because Keenan was a devil called me, he hated Keenan's daddy. So he couldn't get it out with Keenan's daddy. So he took his anger out of Keenan. So he wanted Keenan is a gentleman, but he speak to people that you speak to people to say that person is a gangster, and you know that person isn't a gangster, and that person became a gangster because he speak over that child. He even let the police take Keenan's pants off in front of me in my house. And I know Keenan is not a gangster. He had very bad motives. If you hate the person, you hate. He hated Keenan. He hated Keenan. He hated Keenan. You know why? Because it was for him. I had to give. He wanted my love alone. I couldn't give my love for Keenan. He was jealous of Keenan because Keenan was the apple of my eye. And he know how much I love Keenan. I would do anything for Keenan. And he was jealous for the bond me and Keenan had. You shouldn't put, nobody supposed to put you as a mother in that position. that I need to love him more than my son. I couldn't do that. He wanted me to love him more than to love Keenan less. So he will do things to aggravate me. He will do things against Keenan. He will say bad things about Keenan for me to feel this about my son. I had to feel lesser about my son. That's the thing. Sick, being perfect person he was. My family even saw how he hated Keenan, how he treated Keenan differently. My family out there, he will always like, he's always on that will rectify Keenan. Try to rectify Keenan. He hated Keenan because he didn't want me to, I needed to separate my life, which was very unfair. As a mother, why I had to give your, he didn't want me to give that same love to Keenan. He wanted that love alone. That's a psychopath that wanted his love to want me to be in control of me. So when I give him that 100% love, then he's control of me. He's that kind, he's a narcissist, he has been control of mine, trying to mental abuse me also, trying to be in control of my mind when it comes to my love for Keenan. He wanted to love me, I must love him 100% and must love Keenan. So he did everything to go against Keenan. He done everything. He made Keenan bad. Every day he's looking for something to make him bad. He hated Keenan very much. He mentally abused me, he aggravated me. So when he do things like that, where Keenan concerned, or he aggravated me knowing he know my principle, where my principle in my house concerned, he will break principle of it, and he will aggravate me. I have principle in my family, in my marriage I have principle. But he knew if he break that principle, he will aggravate me. And that's why I always, when he aggravated me, I couldn't control it. Because of my Huntington disease, I couldn't control that. Or I'll be take me to the next level. Which with my Huntington disease, I couldn't control. And he knew that because he studied. He studied my disease. He know what triggered me. He know what aggravates me. He know what triggered me. And in that moment, when he take me to the next level, I can't control it. I start breaking stuff in the house. I break even 2 TVs because of him aggravated me. Take me to the next level. I break every glasses, everything in the house I break. I broke even 2 TVs because how he aggravate me, how he take me to the next level, I couldn't control. So bad was my abuse. And when I break something, when he mental abuse me that moment, I break something, like the TV I will break, or something in the kitchen glassware, I will break. And he always take photos, always, everything when I break it. There was about 50 photos on his phone, because whatever I broke, he take photos. At that time, I didn't know then. I couldn't figure out what he was doing. I couldn't figure that moment what he's doing. Why he's taking photos. So when I go to the police station to make a case because of his abuse, his abuse against me, the police come there. I found the police because I want to make a case against him because of the abuse. He mental abused me, taking me to the next level. And he will take the phone out and he show the photos, the broken stuff. He took photos of, and he said to the police, she's under the hospital and she's acting out and on medication, and that's why he took the photos. Whatever I broke, he took focus of me. When he take me to that next level and I start breaking stuff, I will get out of the house. I will get in the car, and that's the time I will go to the beach. I will go to my grandchildren to get the peace because I didn't have the peace with him. He will always take me to the next level because he had abused me, told me that was his plan for me to break down. And no matter how many times I went to the police station also to make a case, he always defend himself. He always had a photo, he always had that, he always had that. And all that photos he had on his phone is all the abuse behind each photo. So how many photos he had on his phone, his behind his company. It's all the photos and it's all the views at the back of that photo he took. He once, when he was fixing the kid's house, he was fixing the house, he was putting new building cupboards in. He told me at that time, he's doing for my 50th birthday, at least it's gonna look nice for my 50th birthday. It wasn't for my 50th birthday. You know why? If it wasn't for my 50th birthday, the building cupboards in the kitchen was my 50th birthday. Wouldn't you allow me to choose the colors? Wouldn't you allow me to do anything and to ask her and nothing? I couldn't even tell the person that put in the building colors what colors. If I told him why, you don't come with white, you come with grey cupboards. And I asked him for the grey top. He didn't bring the grey top, he bring 3 tones grey top. So if he wanted to do it for me for my 50th birthday, as he said he's gonna do it, fix the kitchen. But nothing. I choose the person satisfying me. Nothing. No matter how. Even the way I wanted the cupboards. I couldn't do that. The person, he was in control. How the person had to draw and what to do with the cupboard. At that time, he was sick, man, to do things like that. He had got the person to build for me cupboards in the kitchen, but I couldn't choose. I chose white. He brought 2-tone colors, 3-tone colors, cupboards. I didn't want the 2-tone colors. I asked him grey top. He bring 3 tones grey top because always cheap stuff. And I'm thinking for myself, if it's for my 50th birthday, you're supposed to give me according what I like. Nothing. There was nothing what I wanted. I was so depressed when that person put that building cupboard. You know how I was so depressed. So when you come down, I came down the kitchen. I see the cupboard. I didn't choose the cupboards. He chose the cupboards. I didn't choose how it's supposed to be. He chose everything. He chose in the kitchen. One morning I came down. You know what? Because he chose. He didn't allow me to choose. All I wanted is white and grey. He didn't allow me to even have that. He chose the colors. But supposed to be my 50th birthday present, but he's choosing the style and colors. So how in control can you be? No. I came down. I was so depressed because of that cupboard was put in. I took a cookie and I marked cross every cupboard. I crossed over with this black cookie because I didn't want it. I didn't want the cupboards at all. I was so depressed. So if you come to your kitchen, you're supposed to be happy. No, I was like depressed when I was in the kitchen. So how can you do things for a woman if you make a person depressed in the kitchen? I didn't want to be in part in the kitchen. I didn't do one things in the kitchen because he chose the kitchen. I didn't want that kitchen. And Keenan came. As Keenan saw what was happening, and that what I asked for, and the man didn't do what I asked for, and I'll always argue with Eugene. Why is happening? What is this happening with me? And Keenan told me, Mommy, he don't care about you. He doesn't care what you want. He only want to do this because he's selling the house. Keenan had to awaken me, because Keenan know him for 12 years, and Keenan know his motives behind certain things, because he said he wouldn't do things like a building covers, he wouldn't do that unless he benefit from it. So if he put the building covers, fix the building covers, and he was busy selling the house, knowing that was his plan. So he couldn't sell the house with the kitchen without cupboards, so he had to fix the kitchen. So that's the things he did in my marriage. And he took even photos of that cupboards with the cross. He took all the photos to his work, his company, Levi'S, and showed them that I am the mental person. And they don't know even the abuse behind each of that photos. The mental abuse what I went through behind every photo he took. So if he had 50 photos, took whatever I broken TVs, whatever, and he took his work and showed his work. That's what she's doing. That's abuse 50 times. 50 times abuse I had to go through. 50 times pain I had to go through. So bad was my abuse. Only Keenan could see the things. And I was too broken to see what he was busy with. I was too broken. I asked him to leave. He came back. He came for the car, and he knew that he couldn't get the car. He came into the house, he had a spare key. And I know that's the day I was alone with him. And I knew I can't be alone with him in the house. And he came for me. He didn't say at my house. He stayed at his sister's house. He asked me for the car. I told him, most the car's only gonna be sold when we get divorced. You know what? He locked up the door. He locked me up. He locked the doors. He threw me around in that house that day. He threw me. Threw me around over the cars. He threw me around all over. The abuse I had to go through because he wanted the car keys. And he threw me around for the car keys. And I hid the car keys. And that's the time I also wanted to grab his phone. I grabbed his phone because I want to see what's happening on his phone. And that's also the time he threw me all over the castles. He threw me. And I ran upstairs. I ran upstairs and I went to, he locked everything. He locked everything upstairs also. He locked everything because he wanted to use me. He wanted to take the key that day from me, the car keys, and walk out there. I ran up, got the car keys. I ran up and I shouted as I was standing by get out by the sliding door because he locked everything. I opened the sliding door and I shouted outside. And the people and the neighbors heard me shouting. And I told him, he's again here, he's again abusing me. And they came. When I shout, I throw my phone. I throw my phone down to the ground, to the grass. I throw my phone. And I asked him, they jump over there. They jump over. The men jump over. And the men jump over. Okay. And got my phone. And I told him they must look for Tessa and phone for Tessa. And they found Tessa. And that Tessa came that moment after her, and he was abusing me. You know what? They jumped over that gate. That men jumped over that gate. And they kicked off that back door gate. Because they know what he's going to do with me. I told him he's here, he wants to take the car keys, and he's fighting with me inside for the car keys. And that man, they trapped the door down because they wanted me to see if I'm okay. As they trapped the door open, they got in. In that moment, he appeared to be the victim again. Nobody touched him, he appeared to be the victim again and told people no. She was acting up. I told him he wanted to abuse me because he wanted the car keys and he threw me all over. And he manipulated the men then. That's the kind of person Eugene was. He manipulated people because he knew that they're gonna hurt him because he previously did that to me. So he had to manipulate them to tell them, no, I'm the one that's performing like you do all the time. I got away with that day. But they couldn't get the car. The police came even to the house and found the police also and asked him, he told him that they gonna warn him again and over again. He can't take the car. We're going through the divorce, he can't take the car. And that's the thing I had to go through when we see. Every photo he took from it, every photo he took from broken stuff I threw, he took this company. It's a photo, 50 photos he took. That's a 50 abuse I had to go through. So every photo behind the story, behind the photo, was my abuse that I went through. And he took that photos to his company and told them, I'm the mental case, I'm mentally abused, I mentally do this. And he's the one that's abusing me. So he used that photos for him to be safe at his work. So he can get out of this marriage without knowing that he's the abuser and I'm the victim. So he can look good to take the focus so he can look good. That she is the abuser and he is the victim. So that was his photos, his backup photos he used and take photos what I did. That's how sick Eugene was. He is a very sick person. He's a very, very sick person. This morning, I just want my heart go out for the person he's married to. She's not knowing what I went through. He appeared to be the victim, and I'm the one that stabbed him. I'm the one that did this to him. He took photos, but I was abused. And every photo he took on his photo was a story of my abuse. So this morning, I just pray for that person that is married to, that she won't encounter the same thing that I encounter. I encountered the worst. I came the worst from it. I came the worst from it. I came the worst from it. I don't know. I hate nobody. I'm just praying this morning. I'm just putting this person he got married to, because he don't know who she married. And she also gonna figure out when he got married to him, his ways. He worked in front the first 3 years. First years, he's all good person, the man of God. He's all that, the good person here. But the moment he can't pretend anymore. That's why he couldn't pretend in my marriage to be the person of God. He called him the man of God. He pretended to be a man of God for people to see he's a good person. And then he, the good person, the man of God, is a person that abused me at all. So he will go to church and he will come back from church and he will abuse me. That's the man of God he was. Thank you. I prayed for him this morning for his wife is mad. I don't know who she is. I'm praying for her. That I don't know. I actually pity her this morning, because what I went through for 12 years with him is there's nothing you can describe to remove that pain. Only God heal me. I got to heal. I asked God to heal me in the process. If God didn't heal me, I wouldn't be broken today. Broken today. This morning I can just thank God for healing me in the process, to heal my heart, to heal my spirit, to heal my soul, because He broke everything about me. He broke my body, He broke my soul. He couldn't break my spirit because I fighting God. I fighting God. He couldn't break that. The spirit in me couldn't break. He broke my body, but He couldn't break my spirit. I thank you, Jesus, for protecting me from that abuse. Thank you.